Hi, it's Alyssa, back at you with another Animal Crossing commission video. In this week's video, I'll be bringing these two adorable ferrets to life in my Animal Crossing art style. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So in this week's commission video, I'm working on a piece for a client named Jessica, who had first reached out to me a couple months ago when I first opened up commission forms, and she wanted a piece of one of her 3 ferrets. She was trying to decide which one she would get a commission of and sent me photos of all 3. And after I'd sent a few emails back and forth about different ideas I had for the outfits of each ferret, matching their personality type as described to me by her, and figuring out which 2 ferrets would fit together in a picture if she wanted to go with 2 of them, we ended up deciding on this piece of her 2 ferrets, Princess, the white ferret on the left, and Bucky, the ferret on the right. And I think these 2 play off each other really well in terms of this picture, but also in terms of the personalities she described of what they're like in real life. Unfortunately, Bucky passed away about a month prior to our first email exchange, so this ended up being a really nice memorial piece of her beloved ferret, and also like a touching tribute to these 2 as friends. And in the Animal Crossing context, it's also really fun to have a very playful, energetic, upbeat villager character like Princess, matched with like a more laid-back, relaxed, lazy villager type like Bucky on the right with his little donut in hand as well. So I really enjoyed showing 2 villagers, 2 characters, 2 pets like this interacting in the piece instead of just a solitary villager on the background. It gave it a little bit more life, than a usual one character commission. Not that there's anything wrong, that's my bread and butter is single characters on a background, but it is nice to draw 2 characters interacting with each other like this, and I thought it was sweet looking, and also I got the comment back that it perfectly matched their personalities, which is really nice since I never got the opportunity to meet these ferrets in real life, So I was also sent some very nice stories about Bucky and Princess, so let me read through those. She writes, I think one of my favorite memories of Bucky is when I first got him. After his first initial checkup, the vet discovered he had a broken tooth that would need to be removed, and he would have to be on a wet food diet until his stitches healed. Bucky wasn't pleased when I took away his dry kibbles. I heard crunching under the bed and realized he was munching on kibbles he had hidden there the previous week. One of the vet assistants took a picture of him while he was there for the dental surgery and made it the background on her phone. He was always super popular. The vets also commented that he had a beautiful coat that was soft, thick, and fluffy, and everybody would always comment on what a great, sweet personality he had. So yeah, based on that story and what else I was told about Bucky, he was a real sweetheart. He was really great with other ferrets and people alike, and a very well-loved little guy, and it was nice to be able to memorialize him in a small way with this Animal Crossing piece. And some nice words about Princess as well. The client writes, as for Princess, she's probably the smartest of my ferrets and also the sassiest. She would open the door to their room and let herself and the 2 boys out. She's the only one who will respond to her name. She'll glance up when she hears it, stare me in the eye, and then keep doing whatever she was doing. Sounds like a cat, kind of, to me. She is a very picky eater, but has a love for licking soap and lotion that I have found hard to discourage. One of my family members stepped on her once, and I was sure she lay motionless on my lap, that she was paralyzed and was going to die, but she bounced back, and within an hour she was hopping around again. She's a petite ferret and very tiny for 3 years old, but she's my tough girl. She's so full of energy and playfulness and life. With her energy and Bucky's calm, they were a perfect pair. So with that kind of yin and yang of like this high energy, like bouncing all over the walls, kind of upbeat, peppy ferret meets this very cool, calm, soft, kind, sweet ferret. Very dynamic range of ferret energies going on in under the same roof, So keeping those personality traits in mind while I did the sketch and, fleshing out these 2 characters interacting while still keeping it within my Animal Crossing style and stuff like that was a fun challenge. And, anthropomorphizing ferrets is a little tough because their neck proportions are a little strange for like this type of bipedal character. So making it look cute and also like an Animal Crossing style villager, or at least how I would draw an Animal Crossing style villager, was a fun challenge as well. I, for one, would love to see some Animal Crossing villagers in-game, or, you know, special characters that are ferrets. I think that would be a great addition to the game, and I wonder if they would be a more upbeat, peppy, energetic, bouncing off the walls ferret type of character with, like, you know how villagers, when they're on coffee or whatever, they'll stream everything together as, like, one word with no spaces in all caps. I wonder if that would be the personality type they would go with for a ferret character, or if it would be a more laid-back, chill ferret character like Bucky here. Though I guess, you know, the closest thing we have is Pascal, because he's an otter, which is, aren't they related to ferrets? I don't know, but he's a chill otter, so I feel like if there was a ferret added to the game as a special character, they would probably be like a zany, bouncing off the walls type of character. Which, you know, I've never owned a ferret, so I just assumed that all ferrets were kind of crazy like that, because all the video clips that I've seen of ferrets, like, you know, sliding through different tubes and chewing up couches and bouncing off walls, and they move like cartoon characters. Like, they're really fun to watch. So I always assumed that just ferrets were just naturally kind of crazy like that. But it's nice to know that they have just as much dynamic personality as, you know, cats, dogs, fish, any other pet that you could own, you know? They're so cute though, and it was really fun again to do some ferrets in this style too. Really, I'm just pleased, and I forgot if I mentioned this already because I've had to splice up a few edits here, but it's really touching to, like, do art of people's pets and then get the comment back like, oh, this matches them so perfectly. Like, I've somehow captured the personality of A, animals I've never met, B, in a non-realistic style. Like, I feel like it's a little bit more easy to capture the essence of a pet if you're doing, I don't know, a realistic pet portrait, like something highly detailed, or a painting of a pet. You can kind of capture their eyes and their unique markings and stuff. But to take a pet and then simplify them down to their most basic markings, and then make them a cartoon character, and then make them two-legged at that, and still somehow the owner says, oh, this is totally them, I think that's really high praise to receive for something like this. So it's always really nice to work on stuff that's, like, of people's pets who are, like, very near and dear to them, especially in this context, it being like a memorial piece on top of being, like, you know, just art of someone's beloved pets, you know? It adds another layer of, you know, it being special and significant to someone, which is always a really nice feeling, you know? And with the final shading and highlights added, this is the final piece. I think it turned out really nice, and the client was very happy with it and touched by it, so couldn't ask for a better result than that. If you guys have a pet that you would like to see in my Animal Crossing style featured on this channel, be sure to fill out the commission form. There's a Google Doc link in the description below. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you aren't already. I post new videos like this every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day.